Welcome back to Sunday Politics. With me in the studio is the DG Communications for the Aketi Campaign Organization, Bola Ajimoda, and also Segun Showumi. We've been talking about the Ondo State Governorship election. Mr. Ajimoda, the man, the flag bearer for the All Progressives Congress, Rotimi Akeredolu, seems to be somewhat unpopular, even with members of your party. How does the APC hope to resolve, first of all, the internal crisis rocking its boat in Ondo State to win the confidence of the Ondo people ahead of the November 26th election, which is just a few weeks away?
Well, let me begin by saying that we must thank God. Our God is awesome, and we have an unflinching faith in our God. He's been very, very wonderful. If you permit me, in glorifying God, I'll make a short song. Baba mi.
Mr. Could we just go straight to the point? Because we have pressed for time, so we could get some other perspectives on the matter. Thank you very much.
Let me correct an impression that you have that our candidate is not popular. It is totally not correct. We have a party that started in Ondo State as AD, transformed to AC. Between 1999 and 2003, we won election in the state. We lost in 2003. PDP came in. We became Action Congress. And I tell you, we have a party, APC, that has tremendous goodwill and support of the people of Ondo State. You will agree with me that Barrister Rotimi Akeredolu SAN was the flagship of the party in 2012. The party collectively worked and supported his candidature. And since that time, the party remained united on the subject of Barrister Rotimi Akeredolu SAN. Is totally not correct. If anybody comes to bandish falsehood, to say that we are not popular, to say that our candidate is not acceptable to the good people of the state, is totally not correct.
Okay, so
Rotimi is acceptable. The party has tremendous goodwill. The people today, if there's anything they are yearning for, is the desire for change. Okay, and change for what? Change for APC.
Just a moment. How do you react to the calls by the other aspirants at the primary, key of one of whom is his closest rival, Olusegun Abraham, who says he's going to pursue the matter to its conclusion. In fact, he's gone ahead to seek redress. He's actually filed an appeal.
You know, the unfortunate thing is that the backdrop to these issues are not exposed to the public. Segun Abraham, who is he? Let me tell you, if you go to the political history of the state, I say one thing. Unfortunately, our national leader, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, was grossly misinformed on the circumstances and the facts on ground as it relates to Ondo State. In 1978, I tell people, when our leaders and elders came together to decide the fate of the state when the military was going to hand over, our leaders, our elders, they met and they draw criteria for the leadership of the state. The first item they look at was academic qualification. Professors, people like Professor Banji Akintoye, Professor Samaluko, and so forth. Academics was a major requirement, educational qualification. And at that time, we zeroed down on Chief Michael Adekunle Ajasin. If you go into history, Adekunle Ajasin at his age went to Furabe in Sierra Leone to obtain a degree.
Okay, if I may come in here.
Now you talk about Segun Abraham. Segun has a diploma, ordinary diploma. Unfortunately, our leader, the national leader, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, did not look at the requirement, the benchmark that we have set. It is not, look, it can't happen in Ondo State that anybody who has less than a degree can come forward as a governor of the state.
In as much as we cannot downplay the role of academic qualification, are you suggesting that if a particular candidate seems to be favored by
by who?
By the electorate.
No,
the case
you
is
can't be favored by the electorate when you are not.
He should not get the mandate.
Let me tell you, after Ajashin, who bagged a degree from Furabe in Syria alone, the next governor was Dr. Olusegun Agagu. He has a PhD in geology, followed by the present governor, who is a medical doctor, trained from Obafemi Awolowo University. How come the good people of Ondo State will be offered no value than an ordinary plumber?
Okay.
OND holder?
Let me pose one more question.
It is not correct to say Abraham in the first place, by virtue of his academics, is not qualified to contest governorship race in Ondo State.
You've called names here. You've called names.
I'm telling you. Look at the record.
You mentioned the national leader.
Yes.
And when you say the national leader,
I have told you about.
What do you mean?
I am talking. We have only one national leader. He's no other person than Bola Ahmed Tinubu. He was grossly misinformed.
In what way?
They did not give him the facts on the ground. Ondo State, we have settled the matter of governorship. For you to be our governor, you must meet the minimum academic requirement.
All right, thank you very much.
Abraham is an ordinary plumber.
Thank you very much. Could you please be very careful how you make allegations and how you call names on the program, Mr. Jimota?
I share.
Thank you very much for your thoughts. At this point, I'd like to bring in a legal practitioner. He's in Abuja studios, Anthony Ehilebo. Thank you for joining us on the program. Mr. Ehilebo, I want to take you to the INEC, the list released by the Independent National Electoral Commission, where Jimoh Ibrahim his name was released in place of that of Eyitayo Jegede, who many thought who is actually the candidate of the governor, the incumbent governor Olusegun Mimiko. Are you in support of INEC actually cited the reason behind the release of Jimoh Ibrahim's name? He said the judgment was the last that it released received prior to the release of that list. Should that have been reason enough for INEC to list Jimoh Ibrahim in place of Eyitayo Jegede?